So yesterday we saw some ties, and with ties comes side lumber. All right, well, what are we gonna do with our side lumber? We could sell it wholesale to like a lumber company, or we could try to make a market for it. And we're kind of in the process of doing something right now. I really don't want to let the cat out of the bag too soon, but for right now we're stacking and stripping our lumber. We've got some old lumber that we have put up probably 2-3 years ago, and it's 1.25 inch. We cut it when we had our wood miser, and what we're doing is we're planing the thickness down to 3/4 inch and running those boards through a gang saw. The gang saw is hooked up to our Woodmaster planer, but I've got something here. We've had it for a long time, and we always knew it was old, but we never realized how old it actually was. And it's of it, but Gustafson and Scott is a company that got it in about 1920, and they kind of remodeled it, put like a safety hood on it, and then sold it. But the actual planer is another company, and it's dated to about 1880. It's solid cast, and it is heavy duty. And when they say they don't make them like they used to, they dang sure don't make planers like they used to, because this thing is a beast. It's got old Babbitt bearings. It's supposedly able to take off 5/8 of an inch in a lick, and we probably won't be doing that today, but I'm just saying it's what it's designed to take off. It can take all the way down to a smaller finishing board. But anyway, my grandpa bought it my dad bought it a long time ago from an old guy who used it to reclaim slabs. He would like resaw slabs into 1-inch lumber using that planer. But we're gonna get the planer set up and start running some boards through it. All right, we had a mover from the shop. We went and got it the other day from out behind Papa's old house, and come over here, put it in the shop, went through it, greased all the bearings. These unlike anything I've ever seen. You know, it's just got pockets for you to put bearing stuff in. So here she is, and it is the brand name is Cordesman, Egan and Company, Cincinnati, US, and then Gustafson and Scott Manufacturing. From my understanding is that in the 1920s, Gustafson and Scott would buy used equipment, slap their name brand on it, and just flip it. They may install like a safety something on it, I'm not sure, but 1880 was when this was manufactured. Thanks, in that time frame, I'm not going to be like the date, but it was advertised. There was an advertisement for it, 1880, by the company that made it, Cordesman and Egan. Anyway, it's pretty cool. It still works, and it is a heck of a planer. We're gonna, as you can tell here, you can see the pulleys on it. This here is aftermarket, because when they were using it, Pawpaw thought that it was turning too fast for some reason. I don't know why, but he always liked to tinker stuff. He's gone now, but he always loved to tinker stuff. So he decided it was turning too fast, so he put an extra pulley on there, a bigger pulley, to slow it down or something like that. I don't know. He was real smart. I didn't get that part of him, but anyway, it's in case you didn't know, in 1880 they didn't have electric motors. This thing was originally designed to run off a flat belt, but again, my grandpa's ingenuity, he came up with a way to run it off the PTO of the tractor. So that's what the old tractor's sitting here for. Just take in the, you know, when I think of 1880, I think of like, I know it was like 40 years afterwards, but my mind still thinks Civil War and riding horses and stuff. And for them to manufacture something like this in like the prime of the industrial age, man, you talk about crazy. And that it still planes real good today, 2024 to 1880, do the math on that, and she still runs. and you're about to see it run. Okay, go give it a full rundown there, Dad.
What's that?
Everything about how this connects, how it runs.
I just got an old planer here.
You gotta talk real loud.
Got an old planer here. It runs off PTO on the tractor. It's the first time we've tried it in several years. Probably been, I'd say maybe 10, 15 years since we've messed with it. It's almost new, but as you can see, the paint's just barely wore on it. I think it was made in about 1880. So, you know, pristine stuff's the only thing we go with. So we're just gonna try it out and see what it'll do. You know, try to keep everybody at least 150 feet from it when we crank it up.
We've used plenty of this today. That dog shaking hands with danger.
What do you think?
Not too bad.
Where's your tape measure at?
It's in the truck. That's certainly a whole lot quicker than that little bench top one, isn't it? Just a little bit of snipe on the ends, but I think that was more
it is, but
our fault than anything.
well, no, it's just the way it is, and it's pretty dull. But I mean, that's gonna get you
Close, and then you can run it through a helical head to get a perfect
and
finish.
just get it just perfect. So what you're gonna, I mean, look at that. This is pretty.
Was that red oak or white oak?
That's white oak. Whitey oak. Yeah. And we'll check the thickness on it. It should be about an inch.
Right.
I mean, it's
Stepped on the dog.
just a little under an inch. But you can take, on this one, you literally could do two settings. Run it through it at about an inch, and then flip it over and run it through at about on 3/4.
Yeah.